Hello, everybody. Welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium in beautiful Long Beach, California. It is time for some NISA soccer action. Tonight, we have the home team, Los Angeles Force, ready to entertain the visitors, Arizona Monsoon FC. I'm Ardith Takari, along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play courtesy of Gold Media. Now, Dennis, interestingly enough, this team, the visitors, Arizona Monsoon FC, for some reason, I have a very important question. Did they, somehow, some way, bring their weather here to Southern California?
Yeah, it is rainy. It is wet. I wouldn't quite say it's a monsoon, right? It seems to be clearing up a little, but they did bring some weather with them regardless, and we're going to play under a slippery surface this evening.
And for Arizona Monsoon, this is their first game of this. This is their first match of the season for this 2024 NISA soccer season. And, you're going into a game playing against a team that has not played yet. Definitely a little bit of what I'm looking for. Basically want to say, a little uncertainty. Maybe this team's a little mysterious. How do you really do your homework against, to prepare for this team?
Well, if you're LA Force, you only have really one opportunity to look at film for Arizona Monsoon, and that was against the Lubbock Matadors in first round of U.S. Open Cup. Unfortunately, it's just 90 minutes of video because Arizona Monsoon lost that game 2-1. But there's probably a couple things to take from that you might be able to put forth, as a coach into this match. But, yeah, you're looking at some unknowns, and that allows you an opportunity if you're LA Force to focus on yourself, right, to settle in, right, lock in to what you're doing and to your rotation. But it seems like tonight there's going to be some changes anyway.
Last week at this same exact venue, Dennis, you were here, a 2-2 draw for Los Angeles Force against Irvine Zeta FC. And, they came back in dramatic fashion. They were down 2-0. And last week, the story was the super subs.
That's right, the Ortega-Chile connection last week. Brian Ortega with the golazo. And then, Jose Salvador Montes de Oca Gonzalez, right, better known as Chile, who scored the equalizer in stoppage time, right, to give LA Force a point at home in their opener. I think that's an important point for them to start the season. They were undefeated at home last season at Championship Stadium and Rio Hondo as well. During the regular season, they were undefeated, 9-3-0, and they're looking to sort of perform at the same clip at home this season. It's important to defend, right, home field, make sure that you do your best to take maximum points at home, and tonight is another opportunity for LA Force to do that.
And, when looking back at the 2-2 draw, let's face it, you already said it was a point. Yes, it was a draw. They got a point from it. But that is a point to me that feels like so close, basically feels like a victory. I mean, for the standpoint of Irvine Zeta, it obviously felt like a loss. But for LA Force, that was a very, very good point.
Yeah, if we're looking at Force's perspective, right, it does feel like a victory because they were down 0-2 in that match, and they clawed their way back to find something from it. I think it's important that Force continue to find that grit, right? It's going to be a long season, so to show the ability early on, right, to climb back is important, to give yourself confidence moving forward as a team.
And the teams have made their way onto the pitch. We were obviously ready for this one. The weather could be a factor. It appears as though the rain has cleared up a little bit, so I don't think we'll be talking too much about the weather. But, could get a little chilly, but that should not be an issue. These players will obviously be staying warm. But first, we'll have to rise for the playing of our national anthem.
For the playing of the national anthem.
We are ready to go. between LA Force and Arizona Monsoon FC. From where we are, the weather is pretty nice up here, but you can tell a little windy down there. But let's take a look at the starting lineup for LA Force. 3 changes from last week's 2-2 draw in the starting lineup against Irvine Zeta.
Brian Ortega enters the lineup, man who scored the first goal for LA Force last week. He gets a start this week. That's good to see, as well as Dante Brigida, who set up the equalizer that eventually Chila scored. And again, Dekel Kainen into the lineup for Garrett Hogman tonight.
I think that's where I'm very excited myself to just, I just love it. Love the concept of, player manager, right? Player coach, however we want to say it. Got to keep our eyes on Dekel Kainen. But next, let's take a look at the starting lineup from Arizona Monsoon FC. Brandon Barnes getting the starting goal.
And we love to see Alex Vedemanikim, a veteran of this league, Cal United and LA Force. This is his 3rd team in NISA now, and hopefully he gets some consistent playing time with Arizona Monsoon, as well as Carl Bursey, who I know from NISA Nation. He was a NISA Nation Player of the Week during the spring 2023 season, so he's someone who's come up the ranks.
I think we should have a very entertaining match. Both teams look ready. Of course, earlier I mentioned something about the weather. Could, maybe it's a little bit of drizzle, some wind as well. Yes, it might be a little cooler, but, with these players, they know they're going to be constantly moving. And of course, when you're playing your game, you just once that whistle blows, you completely forget about any kind of weather, and you just got to play and bring your A game.
Yeah, this is not nearly severe enough to cause a distraction, I think, right now for these guys. The slipperiness may cause some issues with footing. Hopefully they're wearing the proper boots tonight, but it seems like everybody's digging in. Everybody looks like they're properly attired here.
And early on, I think we can expect the game to be maybe slow down a little bit initially and take some time to open up as both teams get a little accustomed to how are things going to be on the pitch, how is this ball going to be moving, or is it just going to be business as usual? Go for the goal, try and get off to a good start.
Yeah, LA Force last week did not start out on the front foot. It took them getting literally punched in the mouth twice, right, to wake up and find a goal. So they're going to need a little bit more production earlier in the match here to make a statement against what is essentially an expansion side playing their very first game as a professional club.
So clearly the pressure tonight, this is not rocket science. The pressure is on the LA Force. Like you said, they got punched in the mouth last week. Clearly they do not want to get themselves in that kind of hole again. Sometimes you want to be the comeback kids. You want to be those guys who you want to be known as that team that knows how to, come back and play well, especially when your backs are against the wall. But you obviously don't want to make it a norm, and you got to get off to a good start, especially at home. You got to protect your home field.
Yeah, there's a short step from comeback kids to cardiac kids, right? So you want to try to get out on the front foot. You have a goal-scoring talent in Michael Salazar. Right, why not find him in some space, allow him some opportunities? And
Michael Salazar wearing the captain's armband for the LA Force. He's previously played for Miami FC, LA Galaxy 2, also known as Los Dos, Memphis 901, but of course, most importantly, a member of the national team of Belize, and we are underway here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Long Beach, California, on the campus of Long Beach City College. Right off the bat, LA Force looking to push the ball forward, not afraid to take chances, and that's the attitude that they need to have. A little bit of back and forth just to get going. There's Dekel Kainen.
It's going to be interesting to see Dex stretch his legs here early. He hasn't seen real game action since, preseason, right? I'm sure he played, but actual competitive matches since 2023.
And that throw-in was taken by Aiden Bowers, playing today as the left back. Of course, let's take a look at the personnel on the field. Aiden Bowers, the left back. The 2 center backs, no surprise, and Dekel Kainen and Ivan Hernandez. The right back, of course, Ronaldo Lomelli. And both teams trading possession early on. Nice work from Ivan Hernandez. Lomelli looking to push it out to the outside to Mohamedou War. Can he win this foot race? Yes, he can. He still has it. Across in front. This could be an opportunity. That ball was, I want to say, in no man's land, but Brandon Barnes, quick to come off. Already a good opportunity. Some good pressure being created by the LA Force.
Excellent pace on the outside from War, and I'm very impressed by Barnes being able to jump off his line and smother that. It was a dangerous ball.
And there is the right back, Alex Vedamanikam. We'll be mentioning him plenty of times
replay.
tonight. And a great ball stepping in by Justin Jovel. This leading to an opportunity. Cross in front, into the net. LA Force takes a 1-0 lead in the second minute. Unbelievable.
Just the start that they were looking for. And I think it was Daniel Brigida again with the assist. He had the assist on the equalizer last week, and he's got the assist on the opener this week.
And last week it was Brian Ortega who scored the first goal for the LA Force, and he has done it here again, but this time he has put the LA Force in front. Talk about a perfect start. It does not get any better than this for the LA Force.
He's making his coaches look smart too, inserting him into the starting lineup and producing a goal within the first 2 minutes. That's lightning in a bottle right there from Ortega.
Perfect start. And when you look back at the goal, you know, a lot of this was created by the turn, by, of course, the giveaway. But Justin Jovel stepping in for intercepting a pass, huge play. You know, it's those little plays that make a big difference. Lots of times, defensive midfielders don't always get the recognition they deserve, but they do a lot of the dirty work, and that's exactly what Justin Jovel did as well.
Monsoon caught flat-footed in transition, unable to keep track of basically Brigida after the pass from Jovel, and Brigida puts it on the boot of Ortega, yeah.
And the rain's starting to fall a little bit more. LA Force playing with a 1-0 lead at home. And now I guess I want to say, of course, I have no choice. Once in a while I'm going to talk about the weather a little bit. I really feel as if right now they've obviously got all the momentum. They've got to be feeling great about their chances for this one.
Love to see war and
one more, maybe another opportunity. Let's see, Brigida needing to turn around. Here's a shot. This one going just over the bar. That time, that shot, that was actually taken by the goal scorer, Brian Ortega.
Ortega with an eye for goal. Not afraid to just let it rip.
And of course, we're feeling good, feeling excited right now about the LA Force. But when talking about Arizona Monsoon, they are just, their defense right now, defense and midfield at bay, they really need to settle things down because right now they look like a team that is not really sure. Well, they look like a team that does not look very confident right now, that's for sure.
They look like a brand new team.
Now Aiden Bowers with a throw-in. LA Force continuing to apply pressure on Arizona. And they're going to keep doing what they've got to do. Joel Quist trying to get something going. Now it's Vedamanikam wanting to make sure that this ball did not go out of bounds for a corner kick. But good play from Vedamanikam. Kicks it away. Did last go off of Joel Quist. Goal kick for Arizona Monsoon.
Monsoon's just got to figure things out. An inauspicious start for their first pro season. Allowing a goal in the first 2 minutes. They have to find a way to settle in, get some possession on the ball.
And we're talking about the LA Force in goal, once again Seth Torman. And so far, he's hardly had to do anything. I have to even wonder if he's even had a touch yet. That's obviously good for the LA Force. Jovel plays it back to Ivan Hernandez. Switches the field to Ronaldo Lamelli. Look for the LA Force to want to maintain possession as much as possible, moving the ball around. They have a 1-0 lead. And we all know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they got to keep doing what they're doing. They're looking very comfortable and confident early on. Aiden Bowers sends the ball forward, trying to go over the top. Headed away, but not really out to safety just yet. Looking for Brigida. A little mistake at the last moment. Brandon Barnes comes out. And once again, the attack of the LA Force just continuing to be a huge problem for Arizona Monsoon. Now, can Arizona turn things around on the counterattack? Whistle was blown. A whistle that Arizona definitely needed.
Yeah, Bercy earned a foul there. But how about Barnes punching it out of safety here for his defense? Force looking to attack again here.
And that was Isaias German who had it for a moment. We've not really mentioned too many players early on for Arizona. They've not been able to keep possession very much. They're obviously going to have to make some changes as fast as they can. Now switching the field, looking to get something going. That was Giancarlo Cañas Jarquin. Now play to the outside. Once again, it's Kanyas Harkin looking for an option. Not much coming from that move. The ball goes straight to Seth Torman.
First foray into the attacking third for Monsoon. Nothing yet, but maybe something to build upon.
And a nice move from Ortega. And he finds the captain, Michael Salazar. Was unable to win the foot race on that occasion, but he did win a corner kick for the LA Force.
First set piece of the game. Terrific rainbow developing in the background here.
Yeah, right now with the weather, I mean, the scenery that we're experiencing is pretty incredible.
It's a double rainbow now.
But of course, got to get back to what's in front of us as well. Here comes the corner kick. This one high into the air, a header. Looks like Ivan Hernandez did basically kind of had a free header. Did go out of bounds. We had some members of the LA Force saying that there should have been another corner kick because of a deflection, but the referee says goal kick instead for Arizona Monsoon.
It's like we're in Hawaii, Art.
Yeah, it definitely has some kind of feel like that, that's for sure. Now taken away once again, Ortega. Seems like anytime we see LA Force involved in some kind of move, we hear the name. We see Brian Ortega involved. Dekel Kainen, now to Aiden Bowers. Justin Jovel had it for a moment, lost it. Plenty of space for Arizona on the counterattack. Will we see a shot from long range? Yes, we do, but that one going just a bit high. Will be a goal kick for the LA Force, but you gotta like the effort in trying to get something going. Looks like that time it was the captain, Ricardo Velasco, taking the shot.
Dribble right up through the center of Force's defense for Hernandez finally stepped to it.
Now Joel Queist feeling the pressure that time from Alex Vedamanikam. And headed to the center of the pitch. Arizona Monsoon FC. Arizona Monsoon not having so much luck early on. They obviously started off very shaky. They have settled down a little bit. Of course, we have to see how things will go when talking about how they react to counterattacks. And of course, another thing as well, and one thing they also cannot be doing is giving the ball away. We've seen plenty of that early on as we are in the 10th minute of the match, and that is a good pass as LA Force continuing to attack from the flanks and also crossing it into the center of the penalty area. Unable to connect on that on the attack we just saw, but we continue to see LA Force with that same that same MO. They're going to keep doing what they got to do, and of course they have the speed on the flanks. They're definitely going to take advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah, you have War and Quist up top on the outside. You have to find ways to give them the ball and they'll play them into spaces. Have Salazar and guys like Ortega run middle. I think that's a recipe for success right now if you're Force.
Looking for an option that time, Jaden Gonzalez, one of the center backs for Arizona.
Playing with three in the back, Monsoon is.
For a moment, the LA Force thought they had taken the ball away, but looks like there was a whistle, perhaps for a handball. Free kick for Arizona.
Yeah, ball popped up and hit Jovel on the right hand.
Now it's Mohamedou War doing a great job to take the ball away. And Justin Jovel almost made a nice cheeky move at the last moment. Some contact as well. The official is letting these guys play. And that, of course, obviously a good thing. Dekel Kainen plays it back to Tormin. A bouncy ball, I want to say, might have been a little dangerous. Dekelkainen having a little bit of trouble maintaining possession, but ball did go out of bounds. Will be a goal kick for the LA Force. As we have played over 11 minutes, a 1-0 lead for the LA Force over Arizona Monsoon FC. Only goal so far coming in the 2nd minute from Brian Ortega. This is NISA Soccer Action, brought to you by Gold Media. Art Iftikhari along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Long Beach, California. A pass from Kainen to Jovel. Jovel might have had a little bit of trouble with it. Aiden Bowers wanting to go over the top, looking for Joel Quist. Can he win that battle? He almost did, but he was whistled for the physical play. Looks like that time might have had a little bit of probably too much contact with Isaias German.
Yeah, German went to ground pretty easily there. Quist wrestling for it. Didn't like he did anything to make our queen fall. I'm interested in the context in which manager Dekelkainen and center back Dekelkainen coexist. Would he, as manager, be happy with his center back looping a ball back to his goalkeeper for his goalkeeper to have to head to clearance? Is that a smart play from a center back?
It definitely, it's not something you see too much of. Like I said, to me it was a little bit of a, dangerous back pass. Fortunately for LA Forest, it did not cost them. I like to think that Dekelkainen knows. I'd like to think that Kainen and Tormin know each other very well. But yeah, like I said, I don't think we're going to see too many of those again. I don't think we're going to see passes like those again. And Justin Jovel looking for an option. That time had War. The pass from Jovel. Hard to judge where it was going. Now off the head of Kainen. Jovel plays it to the outside to Aiden Bowers. Bowers, of course, always busy as the left back. Ivan Hernandez plays the ball forward towards a streaking Lomelli. Brandon Barnes coming way off his line. Lomelli still has it. Can he keep it in bounds? Tried to center it, but a good defensive play for Arizona.
That was very interesting. The ball bounced up into Barnes' hands when he may or may not cross the line right there. The referee decided not to make a call.
And that time, trying, playing a part in stopping Lomelli was also number 12, Isaac Fierro. Looks like he's playing tonight as the left back. And yes, the back line of Arizona very busy tonight. They've obviously been exposed on more than one occasion. The rain's starting to fall a little harder. Now Michael Salazar wearing the captain's armband, playing as a striker, but dropping back as well too. He's not just sitting up there in one place, and this is what this LA Force team does. They give you different looks. Their players move around a lot. Now Justin Jovel switches the field. He knows where Aiden Bowers is. That's exactly who he found. Now Michael Salazar, we want to take a rip from outside. Instead, able to find War. Back to Jovel. LA Force looking very comfortable moving the ball around. Arizona doing everything they can to try and slow down this LA Force attack. But I think at the same time, they also want to park the bus as well and take away as much space as possible from this very aggressive LA Force team early on.
Yeah, Force's shape and movement right now, very nice. First 15 minutes.
The throw-in taken by Lomelli to Mohamedou Var. Back to Lomelli. One too many touches, gives it away.
Commentator's curse.
But not much coming from that move as it goes right to Dekelkainen. Now to Seth Tormin, who previously played for the Birmingham Legion of the USL Championship. Now another long ball. Will this one connect with Lomelli? We see LA Force at times attacking from the flanks, wanting to center the ball, hoping that someone will be able to finish it off. But we're also seeing LA Force trying the long ball tactics, and they're gonna do everything. They're gonna try different things to expose more weaknesses or see to see what they can get whenever they have an attack going, and that time was Veda Manicam losing the ball to Ortega. He's got plenty of space. Now to the outside to Moore. He shoots. That one going straight to Brandon Barnes, and he quickly corrals the ball.
Good save from Barnes there. Great attacking move by Force to find Moore on the run. Have not seen too many of those in 2-3 seasons with LA Force. Man running through the channel like that and get fed the ball.
Now looking to switch the field. Ball finds its way to Veda Manicam. Playing today as the right back. He has the ability to play as a winger for sure, but today he's being used as a wing back. Now given away once again, Justin Jovel looking for Brigida. Headed away. He does go right back to Jovel. And he's obviously being patient. Quickly found Brian Ortega. Now Ivan Hernandez wanting to play it deep once again. This could be trouble. It's Salazar. He has an opportunity. He shoots. What a save made by Brandon Barnes. And the last one off of Salazar will be a goal kick for Arizona, but a very good opportunity for Salazar to double the lead.
How about that pass from Ivan Hernandez? Pinging 40-yard passes to Salazar. Salazar 1v1 against Barnes. Barnes times it just right. And he's feeling it, though. There was a collision there a bit at the end.
And when talking about the Arizona Monsoon bench, their head coach is Carlos Padilla. Of course, we're actually quite far away from the other side of the pit, from the benches, of course. But you just know, you got to know what is going through his head, and that is his center backs, Jaden Gonzalez and Isaias German. They've got to get it together.
Well, there's too much space between their wing backs and their center back, and their CDM, right? Their six doesn't come back and drop in enough to help his center back. So there's some gaps there that right now LA Force are exploiting.
Now looking to get this move going, momentarily given away and almost able to maintain possession that time. Want to say once again it was Brigida, but here comes Arizona trying to get something going on the counterattack. Finding some space and also drawing some contact will be a free kick. And it is these set-piece opportunities that will be very crucial tonight for the visitors from Arizona. And that time it was the captain, Ricardo Velasco, getting brought down.
Velasco looking dangerous so far tonight. Willing to take on defenders. And you're right, this is a good spot for a free kick. It's a difficult one for a goalkeeper, as the ball will be sent into the penalty spot, and there could be a change in direction here. That's very, very hard to react to.
And here it comes. This one trying to send this one into the no man's land. Headed high into the air by Dekel Kainen. Kuist got to it as well, but now given away. Jovel with a slide tackle, trying to get this ball to safety. Veda Manicam crossing it, and Dekel Kainen continuing to be very busy tonight as one of the center backs now taken away. This could be a good opportunity for the LA Force, but that pass from Joe Kuist, well, he knows he had to do better.
Strong shoulder and tackle from Kuist. He needs to be on the ball another second and a half. Allow Salazar or another teammate to open up.
And the pass from Justin Jovel, but that time a good play from Jaden Gonzalez. I think we are going to see the back line of Arizona start to get more confident and be a little bit more physical as the minutes start to tick away. They know, of course, they've not been on top of their game, but plenty of soccer left to be played as well, as we are now in the 21st minute. LA Force maintaining a 1-0 lead. The perfect start, Brian Ortega scoring in the second minute of the match. A free kick is taken. Not much coming from it. And that time it was Lamelli. Looks like he was whistled for a foul.
Yeah, Ortega came in as a sub last week, scored a goal in the first 2 minutes tonight. His expected goals right now has to be through the roof. I'm not so great at the maths, but I'm guessing that number is pretty good right now for Ortega.
And all week long, the weather has been very nice in Southern California, but seems like lately There seems to be a trend of the weather being nicer in the week, but on the weekends, different story. The rain's continuing to come down a little harder. You have to wonder, will this at times slow down the game? Doesn't appear to be the case.
That's a hard foul and a card. Our first amarillo of the match will be shown to Justin Jovel.
And from here, it looks as if you might be right. Let's see who was getting in the book. Like you said, definitely a hard foul. And actually, that time, no.
It was Ortega.
Yeah, Brian Ortega getting himself in the book. You have to wonder if perhaps he might be getting subbed out to start the second half. 1 week ago, you were here. It was LA Force that actually was reduced to 10 men. That really made their night very difficult.
Yeah, Ortega kind of turned his back on the foul and was there a little late into the play. I was talking about his expected goals, not his expected cards.
And the free kick taken. Quist, will he be able to keep possession? He does, and he's able to find
Very nice.
Lomelli. No, that time it was Ortega with a very nice cheeky back heel, but unable to maintain possession. This time a shot from outside, going just a bit wide. Will be a goal kick for the LA Force. Looks like that time that shot was taken by Jonathan Levin Kolangui.
Had Brigida as a backpack there for a moment. Rain's pretty steady right now. It's really slick out there.
In Arizona, they have settled down, to be fair. Now a cross and a header. Probably one of the first
It's a shot
attempts.
on goal.
Yeah, first shot on target. That time was a header from Velasco, going straight to Seth Torman. And when talking about the captain of Arizona, Ricardo Velasco, he actually had a spell with Isidro Metapan in El Salvador. And really like it when we see these players that have, tried plying their trade in other countries, to get that experience. And right now, ball was given away. Will be a throw in for Arizona Monsoon.
Well, Velasco certainly looks the most dangerous of the Monsoon attackers.
Joel Quist with a very nice move. Gotta like what he brings to this LA Force squad. Now it's Ronaldo Lomelli. I was thinking for a moment, was he going to try and send the ball over the top? Jovel's pass almost went out of bounds. Nice readjustment from Aiden Bowers. Now Kynan to Ivan Hernandez. Back to Dekel Kynan.
This was their center back pairing for a lot of last season.
And Ivan Hernandez playing it long once again.
Another pinged pass.
This one does go to Lomelli. His cross was deflected for a moment. Lost it, almost got it back. But it will be a corner kick, actually, for the LA Force. So I want to say not the best of moves there that we just saw, I believe, from Isaac Fierro. So another corner kick for the LA Force. Looks like this one will be taken by Dante Brigida.
In-swinger, perhaps.
Can the LA Force take advantage of this set-piece opportunity? Playing it short to Pineda, back to Brigida. Some good touches. Did take a small deflection, but of course it was looking good for the moment. Now Carl Bercy, what can he make from this move? Now taken down from behind. Will we see another yellow card? Yes, we will. So 2 yellow cards for the LA Force.
And that time it was Justin Jovel.
So yeah, it looks like you'd been wanting Justin Jovel to get into the book. You got what you wanted. Just kidding, obviously. But look, when you take a look at how this first half has been going, obviously LA Force got off to a very good start. Arizona Monsoon, their defense, midfielders were all over the place. But now with LA Force getting 2 players in the book, you kind of want to say that things aren't really so much, you don't want to say momentum is changing, but obviously Arizona has settled down into the game a bit. And they're looking more comfortable, that's for sure.
They've got some claws in this game right now. Bercy was definitely on the attack and would have been 1v1 on Torman had he not been taken down.
So Justin Jovel and Brian Ortega getting themselves in the book. Got to think about what the Los Angeles Force bench will be thinking at halftime. Clearly, obviously, some substitutions will need to be made. And I'm not used to the whole player manager concept. But yeah, I mean, right now, Dekelkainen, what is he thinking about on the bench? And now actually another yellow card has been issued. Now we got to wait and see who was actually given to.
He must have said something, because then he got shoved by Dekelkainen. And then the card came out.
This will obviously add some stoppage time to this first half. And here comes the free kick for Arizona. This one going high into the air. Easy one for Seth Torman. Quickly getting it out to Joel Quist. Still Joel Quist. Looks for an option. He's got to do something quickly. And yes, does make a very good decision. And that time, easy call for the official. Ortega brought down. Will be a free kick for the LA Force. And that time it was Giancarlo Cañas-Jarquin whistled for the foul. So Isaias German actually got himself in the book for Arizona. And now will be a free kick for the LA Force. And this one will be taken by the goal scorer, Brian Ortega. Here it comes from Ortega. This could be trouble. The header. Instead, it looks like it will be a goal kick for Arizona.
Who's into Dekelkainen. Looks like he got the last touch on it.
Now that goal kick taken away. Salazar had a touch, but a good readjustment that time. We have seen a decent amount of situations created by Arizona Monsoon, whether it's a goal kick or a pass in their third of the pitch that ends up basically being a turnover. That's obviously something they're going to have to stop doing. But excellent work from LA Force, being very aggressive tonight and not just sitting back and waiting for the game to come to them.
Monsoon's trying to meet the challenge physically.
Some very good ball movement as Justin Jovel's pass finds Lomelli. Plenty of space, a shot. That one easily saved by Brandon Barnes.
May not have been on frame there, but Barnes does a good job making sure he takes possession.
Isaias German looking for someone to make a run. Perhaps Carl Bursey. Not much came of it. Went straight to Ivan Hernandez.
Yeah, Bursey's going to need a breather. He just tracked back 80 yards on the last LA Force counterattack.
Trying to play it long once again, but this one will just go out of bounds for a throw-in. And taken away once again. Salazar lays it back for Justin Jovel. Still Jovel. A nice dummy play from Mohamedou War. Lomelli with the cross. Punched out by Brandon Barnes, but there was contact. Will be a free kick for Arizona.
Monsoon trying to rain on Force's parade here a little bit, but they can't seem to find a real touch in the final third that is dangerous enough to challenge Torman yet. The build hasn't really quite been there.
Yeah, especially when you start a move and a pass just ends up going out of bounds. It's moves like those you just cannot be having. Now Salazar looking for an option, surrounded by white shirts.
Tracking two and three defenders.
Able to eventually find Aiden Bowers. We have played 30 minutes of this match. LA Force with a 1-0 lead. This is NISA Soccer Action, brought to you live by Goal Media. Ivan Hernandez, his through ball actually draws the offside flag. Not too many of those tonight, though.
Well, when you score an early goal, you don't have to push the offside line.
Free kick taken by Brandon Barnes. Going off the head of Veda Manikam. And that pass, perhaps a little bit of miscommunication. Veda Manikam has got it now. Lays it back for Levine.
Jovel's on a card now, so he can't be as physical in midfield as he would probably like to be.
Velasco plays it to the outside to Jaden Gonzalez.
Same with Ortega, both midfielders for LA Force on yellow cards at the moment. Brigida, the one that does not have a card.
And some nice touches. This could be a good opportunity for Arizona. Will we see a shot on net? We do see a shot. Does go off the legs of Dekel Kainen. Jovel looks to clear it. Was not able to find one of his teammates. Now whistle was blown. Will be a free kick for the LA Force, and definitely a fortunate whistle for the men in black.
And Ortega there, I don't know, maybe got stepped on.
It's possible.
Torma with the restart.
Michael Salazar had it for a moment. Wasn't able to maintain possession. A nice work from the right back, Ronaldo Lomelli. And Dekel Kainen finding Ortega. Back to Lomelli. Playing it back to the other center back, Ivan Hernandez. Now Dekel Kainen will find his way back to the keeper, Seth Torman. With the left foot, sends that one high into the air. Was looking for Quist. But the flag, wow, surprising. The flag did come up for offside. It appears as if it was either Quist or Brigida who were offside when the ball was played forward. Now is German able to find Carl Bursey. Jaden Gonzalez looking more comfortable, pushing up a bit in attack. And German. And looks like that time a whistle was blown for a slide tackle for a foul. It was Brigida.
We saw some of this last week, the high pressure from LA Force in the first half especially. It didn't lead to anything, but they were active in the high press, and it did create a couple of opportunities. They just weren't clinical enough in the final third.
And the captain, Ricardo Velasco, brought down. Will be a free kick for Arizona. Not any kind of dangerous position. Playing it quick after the restart, playing it short. We're not trying to line up everyone near the penalty area and float it into no man's land. Now switching the field to Alex Vedamanikam. Quickly gets it back to German. German looking for Bursey. Nice work from Dekel Kainen.
Drawing the foul from Bursey. Dekel's got to play smart there because he's going to lose the physical battle against Bursey.
Ivan Hernandez playing it long towards Salazar. Not too much coming recently from these long, we've not seen too many long ball opportunities, but I think we've also seen Arizona make adjustments to this, to the long ball strategy of LA Force as well. Velasco for a moment thought he had won a throw in for Arizona, but instead will be a throw in for the LA Force. Getting closer to the end of the first half, and it's these last minutes of the half that are always very crucial. Of course, talking about the standpoint of the LA Force and what they want, they obviously would definitely be feeling good going into the half with a 1-0 lead. But obviously, they're able to find another goal that would really bring up their confidence much more.
They got to watch for that concentration lapse the last 10 minutes of the half. Both teams do. So easy to drop your focus and just think we're heading into halftime. We're doing okay. All of a sudden the ball's in the back of the net.
And now Bursey with a quick touch. We are seeing Arizona being a little more aggressive and being patient as well. Now Joel Keast had the ball for a moment, but now we do see a yellow card given to Giancarlo Cañas Jarquin. And looks like that one was a long time coming. We have seen some little, jostling back and forth involving Giancarlo Cañas Jarquin. And this time he does get himself in the book.
He's got a big job out there against Joel Quist. Quist, of course, scored for LA Force against Redlands FC in the U.S. Open Cup first round. Quist is fast. He's physical. He's looking to take you on, so you have to meet that challenge if you're, Cañas Jarquin.
Dekelkainen finds Michael Salazar. Salazar playing as a striker tonight, but definitely dropping back a lot today. The pass from Kainen goes out of bounds. Throw in taken by Veda Manikam to German. Now Brandon Barnes to Jaden Gonzalez. Was he perhaps thinking about wanting to play it deep to Isaac Fierro? That is who he looked for, but instead went right to the feet of Ronaldo Lomelli. Now Brigida plays it back to Bowers. Kainen to Jovel.
Monsoon providing that pressure, trying to win the ball.
Seth Torman did try his long ball as well. Arizona Monsoon not in the mood to be fooled by the long ball. Nice stop. A shot from Velasco. And that one into the hands of Seth Torman.
Velasco looking to challenge Torman there from distance.
At the times does become tempting. And you see a goalkeeper way off his line, you're thinking, hey, I might be able to get this one into the net. You just never know.
Especially in slippery conditions, man. Crazy stuff happens.
Joel Quist. Great ball playing it to the outside to Michael Salazar. Still Salazar. Cuts it back. He knows he has an option. Ball finds its way back to Salazar. Bowers to Ortega. Still Ortega. Did not have much in front of him. Instead plays it back to Ivan Hernandez. Gotta like the patience tonight of this LA Force team. And good work in the pass to Lomelli. But his cross, of course, corralled by the keeper, Brandon Barnes.
It's a good look from Force, though. Good switch of play. Good tempo.
And Fierro's ball eventually does find Carl Bursey. That was Kevin Merce who had it for a moment. Jaden Gonzalez looking for Bursey. Went off the head of Ivan Hernandez. There was some contact. The LA Force players don't agree with it, but it will be a free kick in a very dangerous position for Arizona. We are late in the first half. These are crucial moments, like you said earlier, talking about lapses in concentration. Now is the time for the LA Force to be very alert, that's for sure.
Yeah, Lomelli with a little bit of a high kick there. Just outside the 18.
The question here is who will be taking this free kick? Arizona Monsoon got off to a really bad start. But they can definitely really swing the momentum in their favor if they could find something positive from this free kick opportunity. Seth Torman, of course, directing his players where to be. Of course, this free kick will be taken by the captain, Ricardo Velasco. And here it comes. Did take a deflection. And it will be a corner kick, but just for a moment. Of course, we all know how this works. You especially, Dennis, having the experience of playing as a goalkeeper at times. We all know a deflection is a goalkeeper's worst enemy.
Yeah, that wasn't far away at all. I was wondering if my eyes half deceived me there. The blistering free kick.
And it will be Velasco once again to take the free kick. Instead, plays it short, a dummy play. That, of course, could always be dangerous, but now cleared out. Mohamedou War, by himself, did not have a lot of options. But, of course, trying to do something with it. That time, trying to backheel it to Joel Quist. But now, plenty of space for Kanyas Harkin. Can he take a shot from the outside? There was a little bit of contact. The referee said, no, actually no contact, play on. Now a free kick for the LA Force.
Bodies are flying around.
Looking back at the replay, let's see what exactly did take place.
Bowers earning the foul. What an addition, Aiden Bowers. So versatile to any defense and so much experience now. NISA best 11 defender last season for Chattanooga FC.
Definitely brings plenty of experience to this LA Force squad. Dekil Kainen, out of Bowers. To Brigida, back to Kainen. We are seeing a little bit more pressure being provided by Arizona. Ivan Hernandez now finding Ronaldo Lamelli and actually losing the ball, trying to readjust to fight, trying to fight back. It is a throw-in though for Arizona. We are now in the 44th minute, and you got to assume there will be at least a couple minutes of stoppage time. And the throw-in that time was looking for Jonathan Levine Kolangui. Sent out of bounds by Ivan Hernandez. Another throw-in for Arizona. Don't want to say that they're knocking on the door, but they're definitely providing more pressure, especially in the last 20 minutes of this first half.
Yeah, they've had plenty of the ball in their end of the pitch. Scoring opportunities, though, have been few and far between.
They've definitely stemmed the tide a bit in terms of, giving the ball in the way, in their own third of the pitch. But like you said, they have not created, really excellent scoring opportunities, but they've definitely made adjustments, that's for sure. Veda Manikam to Levine Kolangui. Now it's German to Kanyas Harkin. Play to the outside. That touch not really able to get to Carl Bursey. Not a very good opportunity there to bring the ball off his chest. Now a little bit of confusion. It's Salazar playing it to the outside to Quist. And sent out of bounds for a throw-in. We are seeing these Arizona Monsoon players being a bit more aggressive, and that's definitely what they need to do. They need to match the intensity of this LA Force team.
That's how you guys get guys to slow down. Put a body on them.
Throw in taken, looking for Quist. Was not able to get the best positioning. Now Kanyas Harkin. We are in stoppage time of the first half. We're waiting for that announcement for amount of stoppage time. Veda Manikam plays it towards Velasco. Perhaps a little bit of miscommunication, but yes, 2 minutes of stoppage time. So not a lot, but LA Force at this point, this is when they've got to clamp down and just say to each other, hey, let's be smart. Let's take this lead into the halftime locker room. Torman plays it deep, looking for Quist. Looks like he was able to get his head on it. Bauer is doing a good job shielding the ball. He knew that he would win a throw-in for the LA Force. Played nearly 1 minute of stoppage time. The throw-in to Salazar. He's obviously going to need some more help. Did a good job maintaining possession. Was unable to lay the ball off to one of his teammates. Now Velasco plays to the outside to Levine Kolangui. Still Kolangui. That time was not able to find Velasco. Taken away. Quist. Some very fancy footwork, but actually it was fancy, but he forgot the ball.
Yeah, he left the important part behind.
Perhaps one last opportunity maybe for Arizona. Sure, they obviously would love to get that equalizer right before the half. But Aiden Bowers, of course, will always be tough to beat. Brought down, easy call for the official, will be a free kick. And that should pretty much just about wrap it up for the first half. Got about 20 seconds, more or less, remaining of stoppage time. And of course, if you're one of the LA Force members, you're basically just saying, like I said it earlier, get to the half with a 1-0 lead. Do not make any kind of crucial mistake in these last moments of the first half.
Bowers doing a professional job there, helping Forrest get to halftime.
And Torment, of course, taking his time as well, too. With the free kick, looking for Salazar. Still Salazar does a good job maintaining possession. Ball finds its way back to Ivan Hernandez. Now Dekel Kainen. Bowers' ball is a good one towards Brigida. Could this be an opportunity? A little bit of a scramble. Finally cleared away. But the flag did come up for offside. For a moment, I was about to say that was the whistle. But yes, actually there it is. So yes, there it is. The whistle for the end of the first half. LA Force with a 1-0 lead over Arizona Monsoon FC. The only goal of the game so far coming from Brian Ortega in the 2nd minute of the match.
LA Force making Arizona Monsoon's defense look a little like Swiss cheese there early on, finding all the holes. They were lucky to score not on the first one, but on the second attempt on goal. Ortega, just finding goals right now for LA Force. Had the goal last week to get them on the board and has the same effect this week for Force, gets them on the board here in the first half. They're able to take a 1-0 advantage into the break in the rain here in Long Beach. We had a beautiful rainbow here just a little while ago, but now we've descended into darkness officially, and it's just rain and slickness, and we'll see if it, ends well here over the next 45 for Force.
And we'll be back in about 15 minutes for the start of the second half. Once again, this is NISA Soccer Action, brought to you live by Gold Media. We're at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Long Beach, California. Art Iftikhari along with Dennis Pope. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the start of the second half. See you soon for some more NISA Soccer. Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Stadium, Long Beach, California. We're ready for the start of the second half between the LA Force and Arizona Monsoon FC. This is NISA soccer action, brought to you live by Gold Media. Art Iftikhari along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play, and the second half is underway. Looks like one change was made for the LA Force. Appears that Aiden Bowers has come off and replaced by Alexander Thompson-Hill. And will we see the LA Force get off to a fast start to begin the second half? They got out to a very fast start to start this match, as the only goal of the match so far scored by Brian Ortega in the second minute. That's a very important question. Will we see another lightning speed strike from the LA Force early on in the second half?
Yeah, we asked for an early goal to start the first half for a different start from the LA Force in this match, and we got one. Are they going to pick up an insurance goal here in the second half, or are they just going to play defense for the next 45? They've made a defensive change early on here, replacing the left back.
And that's a change to definitely keep an eye on. Aiden Bowers, a very experienced player on this LA Force team, replaced by Alexander Thompson-Hill. Will we see Arizona Monsoon go after Alexander Thompson-Hill? It makes sense. They're going to probably want to give it a try on a few occasions.
Wouldn't be a good coaching choice if you didn't. He's an unknown. You got to test him.
And he will see plenty of action tonight, that's for sure. He's taking the throw in here. And the throw in quickly taking the touch on the volley from Michael Salazar. Ball's played back to Dekilkainen. A little bit of a mix-up. It will be a throw in, actually, for Arizona Monsoon.
Shows the inexperience there from Thompson-Hill.
Now that throw in, not really able to find anyone in particular. Ronaldo Lomelli. And got it to Justin Joel for a moment. Ivan Hernandez and Dekilkainen always very comfortable, as the two center backs definitely know what they're doing. Ivan Hernandez wanting to play a long ball for Mohamedou War. Can he keep possession? He does. He shoots and he scores. LA Force makes it 2-0.
Mohamedou War sneaks it underneath the glove of Barnes, and we get a goal here in the first 3 minutes of the second half. So not the first 2 minutes, but the first 3 minutes of the second half. LA Force with a 2-0 lead, and it's War's first goal of the season.
Excellent ball provided by Ivan Hernandez, and Mohamedou War making some very quick decisions, making the right decision, putting that ball into the net, like you said, right underneath Brandon Barnes. An excellent start to the second half. LA Force got to be feeling really great about their chances. And when talking about the goal scorer, Mohamedou War, a very unique CV. Previously played for Blaubitz Akita in the second level of soccer in Japan. So he was playing previously in J League 2, and he has just made it 2-0 for the LA Force. And you really got to like what these attackers bring to this LA Force squad.
It's a totally different look this season with Joel Quist and Mohamedou War on the outside attacking for LA Force this season. And they've both scored goals. So they're paying dividends so far for Force, making these roster switches all over the place this season. It'll be an interesting thing to see as we move forward. Who gets more touches, who gets more goals between Joel Quist and Mohamedou War, but both have lightning quick pace. And if they're able to open up on defenders, look out.
And that's exactly what, and that is, there's more than one thing that makes them dangerous. But, for speed is one thing, definitely. Like we said, speed is really huge for them. They definitely can make things happen. But aside from that, you just put the ball near them and they can make something happen by making some quick decisions. They're not just they're not just controlling the ball, waiting, wondering what to do next. They have that killer instinct, and that's what you want in your attackers.
And Ivan Hernandez pinging those passes, right into the path of Mohamedou War. He didn't have to really change his stride much at all. Wrestled a little bit with the defender. Thompson-Hill new into the game and gets a yellow card within the first 5 minutes. Well, welcome to NISA Soccer.
Now, of course, you have to wonder, how is Arizona Monsoon going to respond to, like we said, they allowed an early goal in the first half. They've allowed an early goal here in the second half. They're down 2-0. They're obviously going to have to start making some more. They're going to have to start taking some more chances, taking some more risks. But that's obviously going to leave some more that's going to leave them more exposed in the back. And let's see, LA Force, they've got to be patient as well. They've got to keep doing what they've got to do. And Ivan Hernandez playing it deep. Now that time Barnes didn't really get the best touch. Will we see a long-range shot? We did see one from Joel Quist, but did not go on target. But obviously dangerous nonetheless. I think we saw Brandon Barnes playing with fire, so to speak.
Yeah, Barnes way off his line, way outside of his area even, playing that one and almost into trouble. If Joel Quist was able to get his feet underneath him perhaps a little bit more, he'd had a better shot on goal.
And when talking about Ivan Hernandez, last season, Ivan Hernandez, he can do so much. He's dangerous on set pieces, and we've seen him being very dangerous with ball distribution skills, but perhaps will we see some danger here now for LA Force? Nice readjustment, though, by Dekelkainen. But now Arizona Monsoon trying to take advantage of some holes in the LA Force defense. But now here comes the Men in Black once again. A nice touch. Almost looked like it was going to be a great touch from Salazar. But Brandon Barnes coming way off his line once again.
Playing sweeper keeper.
Yeah, pretty much. He actually does look like a sweeper there. Way off his line. Will we see someone on this LA Force team can try and, take a long-range shot? That time the ball went off the official. So pretty much that right there was kind of an unfortunate sequence of events there for LA Force.
Yeah.
But they're up 2-0. And so they cannot be in any kind of mood to complain. They just got to keep on doing what they're doing, maintain possession, create more opportunities, but also most importantly, do not get complacent, do not get lazy in the back. Now Mohamed Duwar already scored a goal. Here's another one. Yes, he has added his second of that one, going underneath Brandon Barnes once again, and he knows he missed that one. 3-0. What a game for LA Force. What a game for Mohamedou War.
I'm going to say the slick surface played into that one just a little bit if you're Barnes, right? It skipped underneath him, but Mohamedou War taking the chance, right? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Mohamedou War is not going to waste any time. He takes the shot. That's 2 goals in 5 minutes now for War?
2 goals in 4 minutes to be exact. And
Barnes just unable to get low enough to stop that one. Didn't get his body in front of it either.
And we look back at the replay. That time it was Isaac Fierro for the second time in this match, really having trouble marking Mohamedou War. And Arizona Monsoon has continued to pay a big price. LA Force with a 3-0 lead. The fans definitely feeling good here. Everyone in the mood to do La Chona. And we are going to see some changes. One for the LA Force, one as well for Arizona Monsoon.
So the first goal scorer, Ortega, come off here.
And he's replaced actually by Victor Blanco. Now we got to take a look and see which change will be made. Actually, correction, no, it doesn't look like a change is being made for Arizona Monsoon. Just one for the LA Force.
Victor Blanco, a very, very talented attacking midfielder. We saw him with Club de Leon. We've seen him with a number of amateur teams in Florida. He's made his way out here to the West Coast, just trying to make an impact right now for LA Force, trying to get some minutes.
And Mohamedou War. Now I think we just have the question, will we see Mohamedou War get a hat trick? Will we see hats thrown onto the pitch tonight? I mean, if it's going to come from us, I don't think, that'd be a pretty tall order considering where we are. But another long ball, that time looking for Mohamedou War. And like I said, we got to keep our eyes on that matchup. It's been a tough one for Isaac Fierro. He definitely has not been winning this matchup with Mohamedou War. But excellent work from the speedy winger. Like I said earlier, recently playing for Blaublitz Akita in the J League 2 in Japan. And I actually did some of my homework. He is a dual citizenship also for Japan.
He's plying his trade here now. And he's the first LA Force player to have score 2 goals in a match since last season. Do you remember who did that last season for LA Force?
Well, right now you kind of just put me a little bit on the spot.
It just came to me.
All right. Let me guess. I was going to say, if I were to make a guess, is it a player that is no longer on the team?
He's around the club.
Okay. Well, I don't have a good guess.
We talked about him earlier. At the pregame dinner, even. We had these delicious burritos before the match, by the way. They were fantastic.
Right. Those were good. Those were good. But right now I'm drawing a blank.
Moja Hale.
Moja Hale. Okay, yes. I expect we will see him with the club at some point this season as well, too.
Currently with the Nisa Nation FC Golden State Force side.
And with LA Force having a 3-0 lead, you got to assume some more substitutions will be coming. Now another long ball from Ivan Hernandez, a mix-up once again involving Brandon Barnes. And that time had the ball come to Brigida in the right place, he easily could have made it a 4-0 lead. And right now, LA Force looking very calm and collected. And they're really not having to really make a lot of moves through midfield. Right now, the long ball has really been a problem for this Arizona Monsoon team.
Yeah, and the decision-making and communication in the back is needing still a lot of work for Arizona Monsoon. We have to take into account that this is their first league match of the season. First league match in league play as a club. So clearly a learning experience on a lot of levels tonight.
And yeah, with the way this match has been going, I mean, if it keeps on going the way it's going, this is a match that they're not going to want to remember. But at the same time, can't really be using those words. They're going to have to study film, see what mistakes they made, see what they need to fix. You know, they need to study this film as much as they can. It cannot just be, let's not talk about this and just move on. They've really got to do their homework.
Yeah.
But now, giving away, LA Force once again continuing to wreak havoc. A nice touch, trying to get it back to Mohamedou War. That one sent high up into the air.
You see Force finding some joy now in their football.
And you got to like you said, definitely a new identity with this team. I would say it's a little bit of both. It's a nice blend. You got some of the regular veteran players who remain on this team who are very experienced, but you also bring in those new attackers that bring a different dynamic to this attack.
Well, Justin Jovel, right, playing the center defensive midfield position, brings a lot of balance to the setup for LA Force. And then when you can pencil in Ivan Hernandez, as either center back 1A or 1B, I think you give yourself a pretty good chance on any night. If you can find some attacking pieces, and clearly they have, right, with Joel Quist and Mohamedou Ward, Michael Salazar, who we've talked about briefly tonight, but he's going to find goals this season too. I think the LA Force are set up for success, and frankly, I think right now, they're the early season favorites to win the NISA championship.
And also one other thing too, when talking about this season, a little bit of a change in the format because we do have a Eastern Conference table and also a Western Conference table. So, correction, we have an Eastern Conference and a Western Conference, and it's the top two teams in each conference that are going to play in the conference championship, and of course the winner of those conference championships will go to the final match. So, I mean, in the Western Conference, let's talk about the teams. Obviously, we have two of them right here, Los Angeles Force, Arizona Monsoon, and also Irvine Zeta FC and Capo FC. So it's those four teams. And so all you have to do is be one of the top two teams, and you've got yourself a date in the Western Conference Championship.
A lot of matches between now and then, though. You got to rack up the points, put yourself in a position, right, to be in one of those top two spots. And again, you're going to face these teams again and again this season with the way that the regional play setup is. So rivalries will develop, right? There probably will be some tension and, i.e. bad blood that develops between some of these teams over the course of the season. There will be moments to remember and forget for probably all these clubs. And so to be there at the end, right, to be one of the top two teams in the conference at the end of the season will be an accomplishment, truly, in this league because they will beat each other up, I think, to a large extent in both conferences this season.
And looks like changes have been made by both teams. Whistle is blown for some contact in the middle third of the pitch. Will be a free kick for the LA Force. And it appears one of the changes being made for Arizona. Looks like Isaac Fierro was brought off, and nothing but respect for these players who are doing their best. But that's a change that was obviously expected. It has been a very difficult night for Isaac Fierro.
Yeah, I think he lost that individual battle against Mohamedou War.
Another whistle once again.
Hard foul.
You got to assume that the physical play will pick up a little bit, especially from Arizona Monsoon. They're down 3-0. They've obviously got to be a bit frustrated. I mean, of course, that's the expectation. They've got to be frustrated. They're down 3-0. They cannot be playing in this match acting like everything is fine. Let's just be relaxed. Okay, well, just keep plugging away. Looks like one of the players who just came on may have been whistled for the foul. Alex Hernandez recently just came on for Arizona.
But nor can they afford to lose control. Right?
You definitely don't want to lose your cool. I think they will still do what they can to try and find a goal. Here's the free kick, a header. That one going a bit wide. That one coming off the head of one of the substitutes who just came on for LA Force. Actually was one of the heroes last week, Jose Montes de Oca.
Chila.
Yeah, he does like to go by his nickname of Chila, that's for sure. And a player I've actually gotten to know very well over the years. He had, from the times when I was doing play-by-play for Orange County Football Club of the National Premier Soccer League at that time. He definitely scored a lot of goals in those days. And as you saw last week, as you saw last week with LA Force, he knows how to get himself in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, he's a master of positioning. We've seen him score twice here in the last two matches. He scored in the Open Cup match against Redlands FC, the match winner, and then scored in the season opener for LA Force as well, and both are just poacher's goals, to be honest with you. I spoke to one of his former teammates last week, Cody Shelton, who you also know,
Absolutely.
about Chila, and he says it's unbelievable. How does this guy continue to find not just opportunities but goals at the professional level? It amazes a lot of folks here in Southern California.
Now Justin Jovel looking for Michael Salazar. And like you said, talking about Jose Montes de Oca, better also known as Chila. Yeah, he definitely, he definitely brings some excellent experience. Like you said, he is a poacher. He's got that poacher mentality, and he's going to keep doing what he's got to do. Seeing some more changes for Arizona Monsoon.
Utilizing their bench here.
And so it looks like Isaias German came off and replaced by Noah Jimenez. And looks like also Cesar Morquecho has also come on for Arizona Monsoon.
Be a corner kick here for Monsoon.
Something we've not said very much of tonight, but will these changes create some opportunities, create something positive for Arizona? They're down 3-0. They got nothing to lose. It's their first game of the season. They've made some changes. No. What will we see from this? And here comes the corner kick. Will we see a header? That one headed away. Now a shot from outside. Not keeping his head down. That one going really high over the bar. Goal kick for the LA Force.
You got to take your chance on that volley. But yeah, through the uprights there. He's hoping for the 3 points, but
not going to get
wrong
those.
sport.
Yep, not going to get the 3 points here. Or extra point for that matter.
The PAT.
And it looks like it was Cesar Morquecho who just took that shot. Just came on as a sub.
You got to like subs who come on and just look for goal.
You got to take advantage. You got to make the most of your opportunities. That's for sure. Now, will we see Arizona? The question is, will we see Arizona get on the scoreboard tonight? We are in the 64th minute. A 3-0 lead for the LA Force over Arizona Monsoon FC. Last week, LA Force a 2-2 draw at this very same venue against Irvine Zeta, but now a 3-0 lead. LA Force definitely in command.
Yeah, this is more like what their roster speaks to this season, this kind of result.
A good flick touch from Levine Kolangi, excuse me. Played back to Alex Vedamanikam. Earlier in our preseason, in our pregame show, Nisa X, I chose Alex Vedamanikam as the X Factor, and tonight he has not been anything close to being the X Factor tonight. He still has time to make make an impact on this match. But he's really been, basically, I want to say at times he's actually been kind of bottled up. I don't think he's been as comfortable playing, as a wing back tonight.
Yeah, he hasn't had that many opportunities to come forward because there's been a lot for the attack from LA Force.
And that time able to find Levine Kulangi, unable to keep possession. Sent to the outside, whistles one, will be a free kick for the LA Force. Victor Blanco involved with that move. That was the pass from Victor Blanco. And looks like he was able to, looks like it was Oscar Delgado who was brought down. Another one of the second half substitutions for the LA Force. A free kick taken by Thompson Hill.
Feels like Force can kind of just throw midfielders at you.
Victor.
You don't like this midfielder? Here's another midfielder.
Well, they have the options. They're going to put those players on the pitch. Now a little bit of a mistake. Now Montes de Oca with the shot.
Feeling feisty with the flick. Does well to cover ground, though. It's hard not to be a fan of Chila. He's got that skill set that speaks to older players, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm sure he's already the fan of many LA Force supporters. And that ball looking forward, Noah Jimenez.
There's a great article written about him in ussoccer.com a couple weeks ago. So check it out. Tells the story of Chila.
He's had stints in Mexico before with León and also Acapulco.
Played against Ronaldinho in Liga MX.
And of course, when we're talking to him about it, that was definitely the highlight of his career. Now Ronaldo Lomeli looking for space, was brought down, was expecting a whistle, but it goes out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for Arizona.
Not a whole lot of soft stuff going to be given for LA Force, I think, from this point forward.
Well, they've got a 3-0 lead. They're in control. Now that pass given away. It's Chila looking for an option.
Pushed off the ball.
Quickly taking the free kick. Headed away. Arizona trying to get something going. Can they mount a successful counterattack? Now it's Levine. So Jonathan Levine playing it back to Giancarlo Cañas Jarquin. It's Noah Jimenez. Nice work from Ivan Hernandez. Stepping in front. Brandon Barnes having to come way off his line once again. And rightfully so. He saw number 44, Mohamedou War, inching close to the ball. And of course, Arizona will want to do everything they can to make sure that Mohamedou War does not get his hat trick.
Yeah, Barnes was having visions there about the last two goals. Decided to take it upon himself there to make sure it didn't happen again.
Thompson Hill actually gave that away. Now here comes Arizona. A little bit of contact, but the official is letting these guys play. Did that one stay in bounds? Actually, it did not. Torman does not agree, but it will be a corner kick for Arizona Monsoon.
And a yellow card for Torman for what amounts to delaying the restart.
And, it's those kinds of yellow cards you just absolutely do not need. You're winning 3-0. Your team is in control.
What is there to really be frustrated about?
Exactly.
Right?
Sure, maybe you're not happy with, you're not happy with that call. You feel like the ball was still in play. The linesman disagrees. But once again, no need for that yellow card. It's just not necessary at all. Not much coming from that corner kick. For a moment, it looked as if maybe perhaps LA Force could have started a counterattack opportunity, but Arizona able to maintain possession. A shot. And that one saved nicely by Seth Torman.
That's Torman's first real save of the match. That was a blistered shot.
And that shot actually came from the captain, Ricardo Velasco. He's been involved a lot with anything involving an attack for Arizona. It's been a tough night for the visitors from the desert. But one thing's for sure is that Ricardo Velasco, the captain, has definitely been involved a lot, and he's been showing us why he is wearing that captain's armband.
Yeah, he's got 2 of the 3 shots on goal from Monsoon tonight.
We're now in the 71st minute of play. LA Force with a commanding 3-0 lead over Arizona Monsoon FC. This is NISA Soccer Action, brought to you live by Gold Media. Art Iftikhari along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play from Veterans Memorial Stadium in beautiful Long Beach, California. The back pass to Brandon Barnes. Looks like Arizona wanting to play the long ball as well too. Brandon Barnes actually having a little bit of trouble once again. Will we see a 4th goal? Yes, we will. So easy. LA Force now making it 4-0. Some more mistakes from Arizona creates more problems, and this time it is Victor Blanco getting the easy gimme goal.
Yeah, bad giveaway in the back from Barnes. Communication is poor from Monsoon right now in the defense. And Victor Blanco, he knows what to do with a free ball in the back. Scores his first goal for LA Force of the season. 4-0 now, Force.
What can we say? The Force, I've been wanting to say this for a long time, but yes, the Force has definitely been strong tonight. A 4-0 lead. I think now it's definitely official. Easy for us to say that, yes, Arizona Monsoon obviously want to forget about this game as quickly as possible, especially when you see the mistakes happening in the back leading to these goals.
Yeah, this, I wouldn't say uncharacteristic because we don't know that much about Monsoon yet, but for a team that lost only 2-1 to Lubbock Matadors in the Open Cup, this is a little bit of a shocker. Matadors, of course, have moved on, one of the last 3 amateur teams still in Open Cup. So you'd think Monsoon, if they came within a goal, quite strong. They have come out tonight and looked disorganized and disheveled, and only their captain seems to have a real nose for goal tonight. I think they're going to have a lot to talk about this week and a lot to work on. Certainly giving up goals in the first opening minutes of halves is a good place to start.
One thing, yeah, you're absolutely right. Getting off to a bad start, those bad starts definitely could doom you. I mean, for starters, you get out to a bad start to start the game, and you rebound from it. Okay, you forget about it. We got off to a bad start. Got to just keep on playing. Got to just stick to our game plan. But you get off to a bad start in the second half as well, and that basically set the tone for the rest of the night.
Yeah, you can't do that to yourself at the beginning of both halves and expect to come back. It's so difficult.
And nice job holding the ball was Montes de Oca, and quickly played it outside to Mohamedou War. And it is number 44, Mohamedou War, wanting to get that hat trick. Actually draws a foul. Will be a free kick for the LA Force.
At the very least, War looking to earn that man of the match award tonight.
And there's plenty of time. There's plenty of soccer left to be played. But from the standpoint of LA Force, you got to keep pushing forward. You got to keep attacking. Let's face it. At the end of the season, at the end of the season, you could be level on points with other teams, and goal difference obviously can play a big part.
Yeah, now would be a good time to kind of stack them up, right?
Well, the question here is, who will be taking this free kick? Will it be Alexander Thompson-Hill, or will it be Chila Jose Montes de Oca?
You know where my money is.
They want to put this one on target. And here it comes, the shot. That one going just a bit wide.
Surprising from Thompson-Hill that he got a look at it. The new man, the strong left foot. Got pretty close there. Too far off in a few yards. It's a good look.
And that ball was just about to be intercepted by Victor Blanco. Blanco's goal came in the 72nd minute. And I really honestly don't know if we will ever see an easier goal being scored. It was just way too easy.
Yeah, I believe that's an open net.
And very nice moves from Victor Blanco. Draws the contact. Free kick for the LA Force. Ronaldo Lomeli looking for an option. Or perhaps he's telling Ivan Hernandez to take the free kick himself.
We have a substitute here for LA Force.
And looks like Mohamedou Or will be coming off. We will not see him get that hat trick. And looks like, yes, he will be replaced by Cyril Oliveira, who recently just came back, who actually recently returned to the LA Force.
Signed just this week. He's made 45+ appearances for the club over the years. Plays a classic kind of number 6 role, holding midfielder.
So Mohamedou Or's night is done, but he did his damage. 2 goals, both coming early in the second half, one in the 48th minute, the other in the 52nd minute. Excellent work from Mohamedou Or. And a nice pass from Montes de Oca to Salazar. Now to Victor Blanco, trying to get it back to Salazar. Can he finish it off? So close, but Brandon Barnes comes out to crowd the ball. I want to say it looked as if Salazar was injured behind the play, but instead we do have another member of the Force actually down on the ground behind the play.
Salazar just a half step from scoring a 5th in this game. Barnes coming up big. But yeah, it's Chila that's down. Oh, he's up though.
And also, we did see a yellow card handed out to another member of Arizona. Pretty sure it was Noah Jimenez. Looks like he had some words for the official.
Very close for Salazar. Just couldn't get the body on top of the ball. We'll see a drop ball here. Restart.
Ball back into play. Getting closer to the 80th minute. LA Force obviously thinking that they want more goals. Arizona Monsoon obviously just want this one to be over. Velasco. A nice attempted through ball. Broken up nicely though.
Velasco still has his head up. Still trying to find that first goal of the season for Monsoon.
A throw in from Thompson Hill, finding the captain, Michael Salazar. Now it's Noah Jimenez, recently just picked up a yellow card. His pass was looking for Velasco, was broken up. Now here comes Jose Montes de Oca, cuts it back. Great job with his vision and ball distribution skills. Victor Blanco and shoots. That one though going straight to Brandon Barnes.
Great movement though from LA Force, left to right. Montes de Oca, great outside the boot pass. And they switched play back to Blanco.
Now Giancarlo Cañas Jarquin, not heard his name very much in the second half. I think that's actually been one of the problems as well for Arizona Monsoon. In fact, when looking back at basically I would say the last part of the first half, Arizona settled into the match and were, holding possession at times, moving the ball as well. They, like you said, they did not create any clear-cut scoring chances, but they looked more comfortable, basically in the latter part of the first half. But of course, it's been all LA Force in the second half. Definitely something we are thrilled to see.
Yeah, sliced open by Mohamedou War with 2 goals in quick succession to start the second half. And then Blanco tacked on another one.
Velasco trying to do a lot tonight, but of course he needs more help. He needs more help. He's only so much the captain can do.
Monsoon have to try and get something out of this match. Have to try and find a goal, something positive, right, to take on the long ride home.
You can't imagine there'll be a lot of stoppage time in this one. We're now in the 81st minute. And whenever we see Arizona at times trying to get an attack going, we see them surrounded at times by black shirts. And the attacks, of course, not much coming from the ball movement. And now LA Force able to take possession away. Victor Blanco. Now to Montes de Oca. Plays it back to Ivan Hernandez. Seth Torman actually picked up a yellow card not too long ago. We were having a little bit of a chat about that. I'd like to hope from here on out the rest of the season will not be quick to get himself in the book for dissent. Very nice move from Jose Montes de Oca. Just love what he brings to this beautiful game.
I feel like that deserved an ole. We were just unable to give it at the time.
Yair Gonzalez had it for a moment. He's been very quiet tonight. Now LA Force looking to expose some of those holes. Perhaps one more touch would have done it. But now Victor Blanco with the cross, trying to bring this one down. A shot just over the bar, so close to being 5-0. That time it was Oscar Delgado.
Force again playing the left to right game, creating opportunities. And that was a good one from Delgado, just over the bar.
And when you look back at it, in a way, in some way, you're even kind of saying, how did that not go in? So close. He would love to have that one back.
Just underneath it a little bit. You got to get the technique just so.
Now Yair Gonzalez playing it back to Noah Jimenez.
Well, maybe one of these days I'll show you.
Sounds good. Now switching the field. The ball takes a bounce, goes out of bounds. Same old song and dance for Arizona Monsoon. It's been a tough night. Not sure you want to say it's been one of those nights, because LA Force has definitely been taking care of business tonight.
And Monsoon just hasn't had enough nights yet on the whole to really put too much stock.
And given away,
in this one.
Will we see a shot on goal? The opportunity perhaps was there. Yair Gonzalez had it for a moment as well, but space breaking down. We see now LA Force going on the counterattack. A nice ball from Montes de Oca to Salazar. Played to the outside to Lamelli. The cross. Once again trying the whole left to right attack. That move broken up. Arizona trying to mount a counterattack themselves.
Match is opening up here in the late minutes.
Yair Gonzalez's pass actually goes straight to the foot of Ivan Gonzalez. Gonzalez thought that ball would have been taken by Montes de Oca, but instead, throw-in taken by Jonathan Levine. Morquecho, Cesar Morquecho, one of the second half subs who was brought on. Now poked away. Salazar had it for a moment. Now it's Victor Blanco. And he switches the field to Oscar Delgado. He's got plenty of space. Looking to cross it. It's actually blocked. Now Velasco trying to get something going for Arizona. Yair Gonzalez once again playing it back to Noah Jimenez. Now it's Kanias Harkin. We're in the 85th minute of the match. Excuse me, I almost made the mistake by saying 3, but a 4-0 lead for the LA Force. They obviously want to hold on to the clean sheet. Montes de Oca, now to Michael Salazar. Victor Blanco, who already has a goal tonight. Will he be able to add a second? He shoots. That one going just a bit wide. You know what he was thinking? He wanted a brace as well.
Like the idea of that curler, too. And why not? Up 4-0. Not that far away.
Ricardo Velasco finding Alex Hernandez. And once again, Morquecho. Some good ball movement, but perhaps, you know, few too many touches, unable to get in the right position to get that final touch they really want.
It's really all LA Force tonight. A pretty complete performance overall.
Oscar Delgado plays it back to Dekel Kainen.
Kainen, who I was more worried about in this match than you were, you know, given his relative age and the field conditions. But he's been solid tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking very confident out there. Like we said, I mean, can't mention it enough. God, I really love to see it. You know, it's exciting. You know, you're watching the game, and you know you have, and you know, because you know you don't see it as much these days. The player manager position, the dual position actually. But yeah, but we're seeing it tonight from Dekel Kainen. LA Force trying to start another move. That time looking for Michael Salazar. A little too far.
A little too far, yeah.
A little too far for the man from Belize. Ricardo Velasco continues to keep plugging away, finds Yair Gonzalez. We see a long-range shot, and here it comes from Alex Hernandez, but that one straight to Seth Torman, too easy.
On frame from Hernandez, which we haven't seen too many times tonight, to be fair, from Monsoon. So a good attempt relative to Monsoon's evening, but easily handled from Torman.
Getting closer to stoppage time. Probably a couple minutes, but one part of me thinks that there may not be pretty much any stoppage time tonight. 1 or 2 minutes at the most. I think with LA Force having a 4-0 lead, I like to say just the right thing to do, just blow that final whistle when we reach 90 minutes.
Ref was going to allow advantage to be played. Calls it back for the foul. Yeah, I can't imagine there's too much stoppage time in this one.
That free kick taken by Kainen off the chest of Victor Blanco. Delgado, I think he wanted to come up with one of those, solo, moments of brilliance on his own. He saw the space. He saw that he had it. But easier said than done lots of times. Justin Jovel, unable to really win that battle. Loses to Jonathan Levine Kolangui. And now given away, Salazar. Montes de Oca was obviously calling for it, but instead plays it back to Ronaldo Lomeli. We're in the 90th minute. Should be getting that announcement for stoppage time pretty soon. A nice flick touch to Lomeli.
Nice for goal.
Will he take this all the way? Instead passes it back. A shot from Montes de Oca, saved nicely by the foot of Barnes.
Chile wanted that one so badly.
So close to being 5-0. It's been a rough night at times for Brandon Barnes, but he came up with a pretty clutch save.
And Chile getting another opportunity where he's just in the right spot at the right time. But Barnes does come up and make a decent save there to keep him out.
Now played to the outside. Yair Gonzalez looking for an option. Will he take a shot instead? He did. Want to say it might have taken a small deflection, but not very much. Did not create any trouble for Seth Torman. Well, we are now in stoppage time. We're waiting for that announcement of how much stoppage time we'll have. Or will we just see the whistle blown right now? And that ball from Tormund finding Victor Blanco. And he's got plenty of space. Able to find Salazar. You know he was looking for Chila, but unable to connect.
Salazar making the effort to track back.
Perhaps might be one more attack left for Arizona Monsoon. That time was Jonathan Levine Kulangui. Knocked out of bounds by Alexander Thompson Hill. Morquecho. The Kanya Sarkin brought down. Will be a free kick. I want to say probably the last opportunity of the night for the visitors from the desert.
Yeah, still no indication of how much stoppage time. We are into +2 at the moment.
Arizona Monsoon throwing more players forward, and rightfully so. They're down 4-0. They would love they would love to get a goal, and they would love to spoil this clean sheet for Seth Torman. Free kick will be taken by Velasco. Here it comes off the head of Dekel Kainen, like we've seen plenty of times tonight. Alex Hernandez. Now switching the field a bit. Velasco sending it back into the penalty area, attempting a bicycle kick, and there is the final whistle. A 4-0 win for the Los Angeles Force over Arizona Monsoon FC.
A clinical victory for LA Force in this one with some top goals, a brace from Mohamedou War, and the early goal I think set the table for everything, right? Once you get that early one, you're able to find your way into this match a lot easier. And there's this first one from Mohamedou War, just sneaks it under Barnes. Same play, 4 minutes later, War does it again. Got a nose for goal, this kid.
Plenty of speed,
Yeah.
excellent finishing abilities.
Just a find for LA Force.
And of course, the fourth goal we cannot forget about. Victor Blanco, of course, we'll enjoy watching that highlight over and over tonight.
Imagine if that one just curved a little bit wide of the post. I'm just saying. That was a good goal from Blanco. Open goal. So good on him to finish it off and finish off a victory for LA Force, which moves to 1-0-1 on this season, 4 points and top of the table at the moment in NISA.
Well, 1 week ago, a 2-2 draw here at the same venue. They fought back, scored a late goal to get the point. They carry that positive energy over to tonight, a 4-0 victory. Once again, those goals, 2 of them scored by Mohamedou War, another from Brian Ortega, and the other from Victor Blanco.
Right, and LA Force will be back here in 2 weeks to take on Capo FC on Saturday, April 27th, back here at Veterans Stadium at Long Beach, and then go one more game here at home. So the next 2 matches will be here at Veterans Stadium Saturday, May 4th as well against Irvine Zeta FC. So they'll have a rematch after that 2-2 draw last week against Irvine, and an opportunity to take a real strong lead in the NISA Western Conference moving into the beginning of the season.
So once again, the final score from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Long Beach, California. NISA soccer action, Los Angeles Force 4, Arizona Monsoon FC 0. This was NISA soccer action, brought to you live by Gold Media. For Dennis Pope, I'm Ardith Takari.
Good night, everybody.